Good morning, everybody. Just wanted to come on here today and do a video. If you have been with me, you've seen some of my videos. I'm not very good at it. I'm new, but I'm learning. Everybody has to have a beginning. Well, I don't have anything planned for today. Uh, Kids are gone to school. The girls are gone to school. Stevie got called to work, so yay! I had the house to myself. And guess what? It is quiet. Listen, I'm turning down this TV. There we go. But listen, it's quiet, and I like it. So, is this a better angle of me? I hate seeing every time I see myself in these videos. All I see is my gums. It drives me absolutely crazy. But I really do like making videos, even though I'm not good at it. Well, I figured I'd come on here today and do a story time. Listen, I'm not gonna put you on my coffee cup because I be needing to sip on me some coffee while I'm talking to y'all. Do y'all think I have an accent? Because you know I live in Southwest Virginia. Do you think I have an accent? Everybody down here says I have a northern accent, and everybody that's up north says that I have a southern accent, but I don't hear it. I still hear the Yankee in me. When I worked for my local police department for 15 years up here. That's a story. And it's a story of the reason why I don't work there. We'll get into that. So you'll find out when we go through some of these story times, and you'll find out. Maybe today. But when I worked there at the police department, they used to call me Jersey. Some of the old time dispatchers from 911 used to call me Jersey because we had to correspond with them daily, and they always called me Yankee. I thought it was, or Jersey. And I always thought it was funny because I didn't think I had no Jersey accent. Jersey accent, you know how Jersey um, accents are. I can't understand none of these people down here, and they all have different dialects. Like each county has their own dialect. So if that's how you say it, because I mess up on some of the things I say, and it be cracking people up. So let's see, am I sitting too close? Can you see me? See my old self? Can you see my gums? I'm just awful. I sit here and talk to myself. It's like I'm sitting here telling people that I don't even know stuff. I feel like I'm talking to myself. But anyways, so I worked for the police department for 15 years, and they called the 911 center called me Jersey, and I didn't think I had a Jersey accent because I don't. But they always used to make fun of the way I said things, so that's a toilet instead of toilet, window instead of winder, over yonder, y'all. That's mine, y'all. You know, plural for you all, you and all, y'all. But I've lived down here since Miha was. That's my daughter Melissa. We call her Miha. She just turned 5, and she turned 5. She would have turned 5 in May, and so we probably moved down here in June after school let out because Lacey, my oldest, was in kindergarten. Kindergarten. See how I say kindergarten? Kindergarten. Or no, he might. I don't, if she would turn 5, he would have been 7. So he would have been in first, second. Sydney's going into kindergarten this year, and she's going to be 6. Her birthday's in October. He would have made the cutoff, so he would have been 5. So he's over. He was old, probably 7. Whatever grade you are in when you're in 7-year-old. I can't remember. My oldest grandchild's 12. She's going to be in 6th, 7th grade this year. But we moved down here from Ohio. We had lived down here previously, but we lived in McDowell County down here, honey. That was rough. But anyways, we moved down here in 93. 93. 89, 90, 91, 90, 93. And, bought a little house off of his uncle. Paid $1,000 for it. It was a shack. It was a 2-bedroom, living room, kitchen, bathroom, and another room off of that. One big room. When we moved in, it had a toilet in the house and a tub. And it was in one of the bedrooms. And the toilet sat on the floor with the hole cut. The floor had a hole cut through it. And the toilet sat on top of it. No, like, inside plumbing. Didn't have any inside plumbing. The whole long back room was nothing but full of shit, full of, like, their trash. One room had off the back porch. We had to tear that down. It was nothing but a damn, where they put their, garbage bags at. It's like their landfill. We paid $1,000 for that house and the property. It was lease property. We paid $1,000 for the lease. Is what it was. And we lived there for 3 years. And it was right across the street. So I lived right across the street from my sister-in-law, Donna. And she had 5 kids, an old man. And I had 3 kids and an old man. And Donna and I had always been friends, like close friends. Like even when I was a teenager, when she was pregnant for her kids, I either was there or living there with her. Her and I had always been really close. But we bought that house for $1,000. I had moved from Ohio back down here to, that's West Virginia. So I moved from Ohio to West Virginia, McDowell County. That's what county that's in. It's in McDowell County. And we lived there for 3 years. And during that 3 years, no, we lived there longer than 3 years. No, 3 years, because Miha started kindergarten that year. That next school year. Melissa. But Stevie was working in a little town called Landgraf at like a tire service station where they did tires and minor repairs, like changing the oil and tune-ups and tire changing and I don't know, this minor stuff to service station. And he worked there, and I would take him back and forth to work because I was a stay at home, and I was also volunteering at a preschool down there. And I liked it. It was fun. I had a good time working there. But I would run Steve back and forth to work. Well, one day, I can't remember the date. I was coming out of Norfolk, going around the curve, and there was a car in my lane, and we hit head on. And I had received some injuries. Like I broke my hip and broke my sternum, and that was it. But she had like a torn liver and just some minor bruisings and stuff. But anyways, so I broke my hip, and it took me 3 years to 93. Let's see, 94. Took me 3 years to fight her to get my money for my injuries and pay my hospital bills. Because I was in the hospital for a week when I broke my hip. And then I got out and I got a blood clot. And that put me in the hospital again for another week. So I had a really big hospital bill, like over $100,000 hospital bill. 2 hospital bills, but equaled out to like $100,000. So, and we weren't on any kind of public assistance, so I had to pay the bill. If I got a lawyer, I had to pay the bill. Because if I got awarded any money, that it would have to go towards my hospital bills and paying my lawyer. So we did get a lawyer, and it ended up it taking me 3 years to get money from her to get the insurance company to pay me. For one, she was messing with the driver of the car was messing with some man down in the little town that we lived in, Mayberry, West Virginia. She was messing with one of the physicians down there, and she was driving his car that was in his wife's name. Can you believe it? And she didn't even have a damn driver's license, and they were fighting me anyways. So it took us 3 years. I got a large amount of money, enough to pay the lawyer, a third to pay my hospital bills, which were over $100,000, and to get a really big chunk of money. Well, Steve and I were still young at that time. What were we? I don't even think we were in our 30s yet. 97. Yeah, maybe I was just turned 30. So we took all that money, and bought another house with a large amount of property. Cars, and dressed the kids, and we built onto our house and redecorated and updated, and this house that we live in right now. We bought this house and it has 65 acres to it, which is, to me, I really don't give a shit. I'm trying to sell the acreage off and keep the house and let my daughter move in here with her kids and go to North Carolina. That's where I want to move to. But we bought this house back in 97 after we got that big chunk of money. And we still live here to this day. We live here. The kids periodically move in and out. We sit up. Do I need a light on? No. And we still live there. Well, we raised our kids in this house, and we're raising our grandkids in this house. Because my oldest, my daughter, the baby of the family, her kids live with us. She's another story in itself. Maybe someday I'll tell you about it. I'm trying to think where I should end the story time, because I could go on forever and ever and ever about my life. I've always thought about writing a book. Some of the crap I could tell you. Some of it. The story of me and my husband. We've been together since we were 12. And we're 50. We're both 53 this year. So we've been together forever. and ever and ever. And that is not an easy thing. Being married to one person, or just being married to somebody, having to deal with their emotional problems, and then you having emotional problems, and not like, not psycho emotional problems, but everybody has attitudes. And everybody don't feel the same or feel good that day. One day might be up, one day you might be down, but you're never on the same up and down, not both up together. Makes it difficult because there's a lot of times where I could just pack my bags and walk away. That's the story. But I think I'm going to end story time for now. Yes. I don't want to bore you. Maybe I'll give you another story time soon. Oh, who should we talk about? We got one more thing. We're just going to talk. Who's your favorite YouTubers? Mine is Strong Mommy Chrissy, Melisandra, and I like Jazzy's Life. I don't watch her all the time because her kids drive me cuckoo. They cry too much for me. But I like her anyway. She's a good mom. It's not because she's not a good mom. It's just because that's the way her kids are. Her granddaughter's a whine ass too. It drives me crazy. I'm not saying her kids are whine asses. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying my granddaughter's a whine ass. She is. She's like my daughter. I tell her all the time, "You just like your mother." Yeah, just like your mother did when she was little. And she does. She looks and acts just like Miha. Miha was a crybaby when she was little. The boys, she used to cry about everything because of the boys. I was like, if you're going to cry, go to your room. Don't cry in front of me. Go on. Go someplace and cry. She's going to have emotional issues when she gets older. She won't cry in front of nobody. She'll have to go to the bathroom or something and cry. It's just annoying. So, Jazzy, um, Strong Mommy Chrissy, Melisandra. I love Melisandra. Jazzy's Life. Um, the Cornell family. She just had a baby. Just had a little girl. A little girl. She's got 3 little boys. They're a very young couple. They remind them of my husband and I, because we had 3 children in in steps. Like my oldest was I had like a newborn. Jesse and her are 13 months apart, and then my oldest from Jesse and Lacey are 2 years apart. So they're real young, step stool, step something, whatever they call it. I can't think. And Jesse and Melissa, they would have been like Irish twins, but they weren't born in the same year. Close enough to it, baby, because he was 3 months pregnant, or he was 3 months old, and I was pregnant. Yes, that was rough. I had 3 kids under 5. Well, I'm going to end the story time because I could rattle on forever about endless stuff. Until next time, I will talk to you. Talk to you later.